Welcome to the Guaranteed Growth Podcast. Let's grow together.
How you start getting multiplication is through leadership development. You do not get multiplication through followers. You get multiplication through developing leaders, followers into leaders. Multiplication happens when if I come into any ministry in the world, I'm going to bring multiplication to the ministry. You could drop me off in any ministry in the United States and the world, drop me into that ministry because I'm a leader, and the anointing of leadership I have will attract thousands of people. So multiplication comes when you have leaders that have influence. The purpose of a leader is someone with influence. Right. So what happens if you're not secure as a leader, you could only have followers around you. You can never have high horsepower leaders around you. You just can't have it because you kill them instead of develop them. You don't believe in them and they can't develop. They just will never do it. They just can't be around. So what's going to happen is this is what's going to happen. A company that can't handle great leaders around them will always remain a small company. And they can't expand. And the reason they can't expand, because you only can expand when you have another guy that could run a crew. If you don't have another guy that you develop to run another crew, you can't expand your business. If you don't have another person to run another session, you can't expand. If you don't have another person that could run another store, you can't expand. You just can't, because you have to be there, because you can't develop a leader. And until you can develop leaders, you are stuck in your position. The demands massively on you, and you only have your influence, which is so limited. I don't care how powerful you are. Your influence, my influence, no matter how it is limited. Now, when I go through this church and I talk to whoever I talk to, I go, how'd you end up here? It wasn't my influence. It was their mother's influence. It was their brother's influence. It was the workout partner at the gym's influence. It was the co-worker's influence. I don't know those people. But if I don't have a leader here that's a sure leader and is out there using his influence to reach his co-workers, that's his influence I'm dependent on to bring people in here. So until you bring leaders, you can't get to their people. So now you're trying to depend on your influence. Your influence, don't overestimate your influence. It's not that powerful. It's just not. It's just not. It's the influence of the people and the leaders. They're leaders. Now, when you influence a leader and you win a leader, all the people that they're influencing become part of your team, right? So those are things we got to really right now be super aware. There's going to be heavy, talented people, and of course, we have a system. You're going to put them in a system, but let the system empower them. Don't let the system break them down. You got to be careful, because sometimes you use systems to belittle people. Break them down instead of a system to lift them up. We don't use our systems, we don't use our discipleship to break people down. We use it to lift people up. And I'm telling you, it starts with our teams. If you have resentment towards anybody on your team and you're mistrusting anybody on your team, you have to fix that. And if you cannot fix that, you're not as mature as you think you are. You're not. I don't have beef with nobody. I believe, and the truth is, if I believe in someone, why don't you? Do you know more than me? Right. There's a problem at that point. Well, you don't see it. I see it. And I see talent, and I see giftings, and I see purpose, and I see it in them. You got to find it, because if not, you're going to hold up the process of these new people coming in and growing. And of course, we have discernment. If I'm vetting people through the Spirit all the time. But if I see a validation on them, and of course I'm wise. What I do is, if I bring in somebody new, I bring them in my circle, and I have my circle look at them. I have my circle talk to them, and then I ask, "What do you guys think about them?" Because they might see something I don't see. Why? Because I have to get buy-in. I don't say, "This is our new director of finance," without talking to the team. I'm not going to do that. So where does this person come? I'm now setting the person up for failure. I'm losing trust with the team. Why didn't he talk to us? There's other things involved with making that decision. Well, my friend from a long time ago, and I think he could do it. That's just unwise leadership. I have to have the team buy in and then move forward in the buy-in. That's how it works. So all those things, you're going to need a lot of wisdom in this next level. But do not, I'm telling you, they're coming. Next level leaders are coming into this place. The question is, can you handle them?
Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share and subscribe.